Final battle for control of the Granville sent most of its figures to the grave. The Granville. Yes, the
Great start, Macario.
Yes, I know, right? Just as he had planned, this left Arvis as the sole ruling power of the kingdom. There we go.
The kingdom.
My kingdom now. It's free real estate. Opposition from Celeste and Leonster was swiftly crushed. And so Arvis unified all of Dukedral under Granville's rule. With overwhelming support from his subjects, Arvis thus became the first emperor of the Granville Empire. 17 years have passed since the Battle of Valhalla. The adoring public who once welcomed the rise of Emperor Arvis now struggle under his oppressive dictatorial
Dictatorial. It's a difficult word.
Dictatorial. I know. Words longer than 2 words. 2 sentences usually confuse me.
I hate words that are longer than 2 words too.
Yeah, I hate, especially words that are longer than 2 sentences. Those are the worst. And across Dukedral in the other realms, now dominated by Granville, their people have been reduced to living as little more than slaves to the Empire's whims. Yeet! In the former kingdom of Isaac, Granville's harsh rule tortures the Isaacian people. King Danon, the appointed king of Isaac and the only guy in Gen 2 with a non-generic portrait, is a brutal and unforgiving tyrant.
He also forgot a ranged weapon.
Just like his late father, Duke Langwald, who did have a ranged weapon.
Yeah, he did.
While Danon himself lives an indulgent life at Revaux Palace, the people remain little more than slaves to the Empire. His second son, Johann, rules Isaac Castle, while his youngest, Johalvier, rules Sofara. And the remote Ganeshire region is governed by Danon's trusted confidant, General Harold.
Oh,
Hey,
that guy,
I've seen
that
this
guy.
guy before.
This is my
Yeah.
favorite Gen 2 boss.
He's been defeated. He must retreat. Under their rule, Isaac knows no freedom. However, one last hope remains for Isaac. Tirnanog, but
I was looking forward to how you'd pronounce this name.
Tirnanog, an isolated village in Isaac's far north. There, Prince Shannon works to raise a liberation army, whose strength grows with each passing day. Among these proud young warriors is a young man, dubbed the Scion of Lights, by the people of Isaac and revered as the rightful prince of the Granville Empire. He is the brave young leader of the Liberation Army. His name is Seliph.
Yeah! He lives!
I live!
Welcome guys, back to the second generation of Fire Emblem 4 Genealogy of the Holy War! It's been 3,000 years.
Yeah, man. Never thought I'd see another guy in the bridge before I saw this return.
Me neither, honestly. So yeah, welcome back. You guys have been asking for this, and here it is once again. So, what voice should I give this guy? Harold, have you fettered out the rebels yet? Or are you content to leave them unchecked for the rest of their days? Shannon and his rebel ilk are growing stronger by the day, and now they hamper us at every turn. And as if that weren't enough, they harbor the spawn of Sigurd the traitor.
I wonder if this guy's evil.
The very existence of the scum utterly defiles the authority of the Isaacian throne. How do you expect me to explain this sorry state to His Imperial Majesty? A thousand apologies, Your Highness, but everything is already under control. The rebel hideout has been found, and even as we speak, an army is on its way to crush them. Those vile mice have nowhere else to run. By sundown, not a single rebel will still be breathing. Very well. But be warned, Harold, don't even think of underestimating them. Most of the rebels are too young to pose a threat. Oh, he is so wrong. But they still have Oifi and Shannon. Those two alone are extremely dangerous. This guy's smart. Dismissing them would be a fatal mistake. Yes, sir, I'm aware, but I've already had Tirnanog, the rebel hideout, surveyed in secret.
I'm glad you struggled too.
And it appears that neither are anywhere in sight. It's safe to assume them to be currently absent, sir. What? Then why are we still talking about this? Send the order to move in immediately. The people of Isaac are treating these rebels as some kind of heroes of freedom. But it's high time they learn the errors of their ways. Kill every last one of them! I'll be waiting back at Raivu. I expect nothing but good news. And there he goes.
He's got a long way to go.
he's got a very long way to go.
I'm glad they didn't show it all the way though.
Oh yeah. Oh no, they're scattered.
Time for nuns and warfare do not mix.
I wonder if they kept that line in.
No, they didn't.
Aww. We have a problem, Lord Seliph. Looks like the Empire's finally caught on to our whereabouts. A brigade sent from Ganeshara, and they seem to be headed our way.
To be honest, it's pretty obvious where they are when you look at the way everything looks.
Ulster, why so surprised? Did you really think our little hideout wouldn't be found out sooner or later? Let them come, I say. It only makes the battle easier for us. It'll be the easiest thing to just walk right over Ganeshara and pick them off as we go. Larsa is so cocky, I love it.
I think she's familiar with that before.
Yeah. You gotta be kidding. Prince Shannon's still off trying to find the Yeet Shrine, and Ophi's still and the others aren't back yet. It's just the two of us against an entire army. Surely even you can't think this'll end well. I don't care. You can sit there and be as scared witless as you want, but I'm not letting a chance like this pass. The prince still treats us like helpless children, but come on, we've had more than enough training. We're ready for real action. But I'm not gonna run away anymore. I'm sick to death of sitting here while those monsters butcher our friends. Or worse, the Empire's thugs are still out there, snagging any girl they see. If Prince Shannon hadn't come for me that day, I'd just be another one of them, dead or wishing I was. I won't forgive or forget their pain. No, that's not it, Larsa. You're right, it's horrible and all, but you're wary of engaging the enemy out of concern for my safety, aren't you, Ulster? Most likely, I presume Shannon would have given you strict orders to keep me safe. After all, if Shannon had not given such an order, you'd already be out there in the fray. To not be thirsting for a good battle isn't the Ulster I know. Oh, that's right. Sorry, sir. I was hoping... I feel like this should have... What?
Actually, I take it back. I don't think she's played FE4 before.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just... I felt like he was addressing Ulster and then Larsai responded. It was a bit confusing.
Oh, no, she's apologizing because she realizes.
Oh, I was hoping we didn't have to... Oh, yeah, right. I'm no child anymore either, Larsai. If you two plan on fight, then I'm plan on fighting by your side. There's more at stake today than only the resistance. What of... We have used so much to its people, and yet we can't even pronounce their city. I refuse to abandon them at such a critical hour.
Yeah, Seliph was so rude.
But we've no time to waste debating this. Lana, stay behind and help the citizens. We'll engage the foe in the western gully. Wait, my lord, I'm coming too. I cannot permit that, Lana. A cleric such as yourself is ill-suited for such a battlefield.
Clerics and battlefields don't mix, or nuns and battlefields don't mix.
I missed the old line. This is my fight too. You won't convince me any more than you could convince Larsai. Every day I think the Empire can't get any more cruel, and every day I'm proven wrong. They prey on the weak and vulnerable, as if snuffing out their lives is a sport to them. I can't sit quietly and accept this. I may not be able to fight, but I have my own way of defending everyone. My apologies, Lana. You're absolutely right. The battle for Isaac's freedom rests upon all of us. Very well, we shall all go together. How this will turn out, I cannot say. But we owe it all to Isaac to give this battle no less than our best. Yes, my lord, and sorry, I shouldn't have spoken so rashly. Ha! You have nothing to apologize for. Now, Ulster, Larsai, Lana, the time has come. Move out.
Yes!
Woo!
Our kids are here. They've grown up so much.
Yeah. Oh, but the best part. Light Inheritors, my favorite theme.
No, I love this. This is probably my favorite part of the game.
So, I've been watching like a channel of a guy that analyzes music. It's really interesting. Like, there's a lot you can do analyzing music, and ever since I started watching that guy's videos, I really thought a lot about this track, because I don't know how the composer managed to do it, but this track always like gives me a lot of hope. It's like a new dawn. It's very well composed. It's like, okay, you just watched all your friends die, like a year ago in our case, but you know. And this is like, this track gives you like the motivation you need to keep fighting. It really is wonderful. The first time I heard it, I was absolutely mesmerized. Anyway, you guys aren't here to listen to music analysis.
Oh, I thought they were. Wrong channel.
So yeah, say hello to Chapter 6. It's big. It's big.
That's what she said.
Yeah. And yeah, we have some guys coming at us, but they don't know that they're dealing with Holy Blood kids. Oh boy, are they about to get owned. So let's take a look at our kids. Start with Seliph. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Why didn't we repair his brave sword?
Oh, apparently. Well, probably because Secret went up to that castle to like kill things.
Oh
right?
yeah.
So he could repair anything.
So yeah, here's Seliph. He's the son of Deidre and Sigurd, and oh boy, yeah, so I like how the Project Naga translation patch just makes him start with 3 authority stars now.
Yeah.
In the old one, you had to reset the game first in order for him to get it, which was really annoying. And I wasn't sure if it was a glitch or not, but I think it was always intended.
Annoying. Come on, it's like one save button and you reset the game and that's
Yeah, but it felt weird. So yeah, here's Seliph. We passed on a crap ton of items. The Brave Sword, which is almost in killing range. And he has the Paragon Band, the Leg Ring, a Speed Ring, a Shield Ring, and Power Ring. So Seliph, he's really good. He's really, really, really good. He may not start out as awesome as his dad, but he definitely becomes worthy of being his dad's son towards the end of it. Like, he can promote really quickly. I think it's very feasible, I think, for us, since he has the Paragon Bank, to, like, promote in Chapter 7, early on in Chapter 7 at some point.
Oh, yeah.
His growth rates are insane. 140% HP, some of the highest HP growth in the game, I think.
And that's saying something.
Yeah, that's really good. You know, he'll grow really, really, really fast, and once he gets his mount upon promotion, he'll just kick all sorts of ass. He has Pursuit, which is all he needs to be good in combat. His father's Brave Sword, honestly, this thing might as well be as good as the tier thing, in my opinion, especially once it starts critting. It's gonna be one of the best weapons in the game. Yeah, it's just crazy. Like, yeah, it sucks a little bit. He has to walk around on foot for a little while, but we did pass down the Leg Ring to help with this, so this should honestly be fine. And yeah, he's just probably one of the best lords in the series, honestly. Rate him 5 out of 5 stars, easy. He's really, really good.
For sure. I mean, Seliph is not as broken as Sigurd, because Sigurd starts out with a mount and everything broken, and he gets to build up all the kills on the Brave Sword and get all the rings from droppable bosses and stuff. Droppable rings from bosses. But Seliph can inherit that all really easily, because like everything just kind of falls into Sigurd's lap as he kills everything, so it's very logical for him to keep a lot of that. And he also gets a lot of money, so it's very easy to pass on anything you want to Seliph. And honestly, Paragon Band and Leg Ring, they make anyone good, but Seliph is by far the best user of them, because you can get to that early promotion. And because the game is really focused, it's like, you can only go as fast as Seliph goes. So the sooner you get him promoted, and the sooner you get him to level 20, the sooner you get him able to kill everything with a crit Brave Sword, the better it is for you. Like, even outside of like an LTC run or a speed run, it's just the easiest way to play FE4. It's the way you make it yourself easiest. And as far as I know, characters that trivialize the game are better than characters that don't. Seliph definitely trivializes the game if you raise him right. But you can make anyone good with these resources, but he's by far the best user of them. And that, in my book, makes Seliph pretty damn good. Not as good as Sigurd, but still easy to be 5 stars. Definitely really powerful unit.
Yep, absolutely. So, let's take a look at our actual kids, shall we? Let's start with Larsace, everyone's favorite. And I'm sure Mecha will piss off nobody with this rating.
Yeah, I think by now it's less controversial than it used to be.
Yeah, so Larsace. Her parents are Lex and Ira. We decided to give Lex to the Sword Kids, even though technically there are other pairings he works really well for too. I think our justification for giving her Lex is that Larsace and Ulster are not as easy to level as everyone else because they're on foot and they often lag behind. And with Paragon, you pretty much just need to clear the gauntlet with them every chapter and they'll probably like almost reach level 30 with a few extra kills. I think that's our justification for doing it. Yeah, we passed on the Silver Sword to her. It's not the Sigurd Silver Sword, it only has 12 kills, but it's still a pretty good weapon for her to have. She comes with a million skills. Pursuit, Nihil, Vantage, Astra, and Paragon. Pretty funny set of skills. Like, combat-wise, Larcy's really good. I mean, she's kind of similar to Ulster in a way. Like, they're practically almost the same unit. I mean, she's gonna... I don't think she quite won rounds at the beginning of the game, but she'll reach a point where she pretty much will just delete anything she attacks. And, you know, once she procs her Meteor Sword, or I still call it Meteor Sword, I'm such an old school person.
Okay, Boomer.
Yeah, okay, Boomer, I deserve that one. She'll clear the arena just completely without any issues whatsoever. And thanks to Lex's Nearblood, her defense growth is pretty alright. And she also has a 125% hit point growth, so she'll quickly reach a point where she's really durable. Of course, this is FE4, she has no mount, and I actually feel like a lack of a mount is almost worse in the second generation, because the maps are actually like quite a bit larger. For that reason, I feel like Larcy and Ulster, they really get left behind in the dust. But since they have Paragon, it's not like they really need a lot of extra kills. I think, as I said, I think just by the gauntlets alone, I think they'll go well past their promotions. It's not going to be a problem capping them out, I think. But I give this Larcy, of course, our ratings will be a little subjective. They won't be like universal because of course depending on your parents the children can vary in strength, but I think this Larcy is like a solid 3 out of 5 stars.
3?
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, fair enough. I can see that reasoning for that. It depends on how you look at the game, right? Because if you're just trying to beat it with mounted units and go fast, then Larcy really won't get to do much. So anyone who's trying to beat FE4 as quickly as possible or trying to use best units possible, in the end probably won't end up using Larcy that much because in the end she only has 6 move. And I think it's not just that the maps are bigger in size, but I think there's more maps where there's very little going on for a long time. There's a lot of maps where you just walk through nothing at all. And every turn where there's nothing going on, your mounted units get further and further ahead of dismounted units.
Yeah.
And Larcey, that. And Ira had the same problem, her mom had the same problem, but I think it's like every little bit of that got like increased a little bit. Like her combat is better than Ira's, but the lack of a mount is definitely impacting her more than anyone else. And I think I will personally, if I was like trying to rate characters in like a tier list, I would probably give Larcey 2 stars in the end.
Oh wow!
Because I think mounts, lack of a mount is that bad, but that means that like everyone without a mount ends up at around 2 stars because it's just that big of a thing. But to create a bigger distinction, I'm gonna go along with 3 stars. I do think our combat is good. The reason we gave Lex to these two specifically, or to Ira specifically, is because, well, first of all, these 2 kids both join right away, so they get to enjoy Paragon for the entire game. Neither of them can use staves ever, so we don't ever waste the Paragon, like by giving it to, say, Sylvia's kids or Siltu's kids, or giving it to Seti would have been very bad. So you want to give it to 2 people who can use combat and who can use pretty much all the arenas. That's pretty much the reasoning for Lex with Ira, but it can work with like anyone. I just think this is the best way to go. And this way, I don't think you have to feed them any kills whatsoever on the field. You can give it all to Selef or Trist or what's his name, Diarmid, or whoever you want. I don't think they will need a single kill on the field, but you can give them a couple, I guess. It's not going to make a big difference in the end. It's not going to make a big difference in the end. Also, real quick about Larcey is, a lot of people bring up that Larcey is a lot better than Ulster, who we're probably about to do next. I think the difference is very minimal. The big difference is that Larcey promotes to Swordmaster, whereas Ulster promotes to a hero. And Swordmaster does have better caps, higher speed cap particularly, higher skill cap, I think.
And they get adepts.
And Swordmaster get adepts, yeah. And that sounds like a big difference maker because it's like one more pretty good skill in this game. I mean, 20 plus AS% chance to attack again. It sounds pretty good. But like, if you look at their combat post promotion, they both kill everything, almost regardless of parent. But especially when they've got Lex or Holin or Janka or something, they just kill everything anyway. So it's really overkill. So I really don't think it makes that big a difference between the two, which one of them pick. I'm gonna rate them the same, 3 stars for both probably. I don't think they're all that different, but sure, Larcey is a little bit better.
Yeah.
Sure. A little bit, but not that much. But people love Larcey a lot more than they love Ulster for some reason.
Yeah, I have no idea why. I don't understand that. Yeah, speaking of Ulster, I mean, yeah, everything we said to Larcey, honestly, that applies to Ulster as well.
You hear that, Ulster? Shit.
He does actually have a little advantage over his sister right away, because we passed down the Silver Blade from Lex. This is the blade he walked around with for the entirety of the first generation.
Right. I remember.
This actually allows him to one-round the Axe Fighters, which is more than his sister can do. Of course, if they proc Astra them, they'll kill them regardless, but he does actually have a little bit of an edge over her at this moment, because the Silver Blade is actually pretty good. I mean, it is the best weapon in the game, obviously.
It's the best Silver Blade in the series, probably.
It's the best, yeah, honestly, this Silver Blade is on the steroids. I love this Silver Blade. He is the reincarnation of Eliwood. But yeah, like, what's the difference between them? There isn't really any, like, aside from the Adept and the, like, if you really want to get nitpicky, then, like, growth rate-wise, Ulster has, like, a little bit more skill, and a little bit less speed, and a little bit more strength, actually, and a little bit more HP. But aside from that, they're basically identical. They have the same skills, they're both sword fighters, they'll both play exactly the same. So yeah, rate them 3 out of 5 stars.
I agree, there's nothing really to add. I like using these units, I'll just say that much. They're fun to use, but I think just like when Lewin and Gen 1, their combat is overkill, and they would really, like, if they can convert a little bit of their overkill combat into like even 1 or 2 points of movement, I would take it in a heartbeat. Like, if I had to handle like 3 speed, 3 skills, 3 strength for just 1 move, I would probably do it, just because it makes such a big difference. But I can't make that trade, no one is offering me, so
oh yeah,
here we are with 2 unmounted units to kill everything.
All right, here's Lana. She's our priest.
Hey, stabs.
She mixes very well with warfare, contrary to what Selef says.
Can we not kill this horse, please?
Yeah.
Some horses like to live. We need all the horses, it's FE4.
I wish she got a horse, that'd be amazing. So Lana, she is the daughter of Aideen, and I think we gave her Midir as a parent. She doesn't really care about her father, honestly, like, she has some daddy issues. She doesn't really, like she'll heal, that's all she needs to do. The pairing doesn't really affect her. We were much more focused on making Lester good with this pairing. Although, I kinda regret not like, I would have liked to see Claude as her parent and, like, passing down the rescue staff. I think we could have done some fun shenanigans with that, but it's not a big deal, honestly. She'll walk behind the rest of the army and she'll proc, and she'll cost her physic whenever she needs to. I think she's one of those characters that are gonna cap out even if we don't try.
Easily, yeah. Staffs get a lot of XP.
So, I mean, she got a costs from her father, which is, yay. Yeah, costs. That's a good cleric skill.
I mean, at least it can't activate when she's like on enemy phase, so that's good. It's not FE5.
Oh, it doesn't work like it does in FE5. Okay, I didn't know that actually. I thought it just killed her.
Bro, don't you remember how often you procced it with no wish?
Oh right. Oh right. You're right. So yeah, we passed on a buttload of staffs to her. She's just gonna be our staff bot. I like Klana. She's cool. I rate her 4 out of 5 stars.
I think 4 is a lot for someone who only has like 3 move or 5 move, but I personally I would go with 3 stars. I think she's alright, but it's just like it's like we discussed this in Gen 1 a lot, where it's like people who need the least also get the least amount of resources, and that makes them good, but it also means that they're not going to be very interesting or anything to work with. See, they're just going to use a staff every turn.
Yeah.
And I remember we warp spammed a lot in Gen 1, and we're going to do it in this game too. This gen actually has a lot of places where you want to warp between a lot of castles, so that'll be good. But she's not the only one who can do it, so I can't really give her full credit for a warp staff. But it's pretty nice that she has it. She can just get people to a castle if they need new weapons, or if you have 2 castles conquered, you suddenly need to go the other way, then you can warp someone there. It would have been nice to have Claude as her dad, because Rescue and Fortify also would have been really nice to have. But she's alright. She'll be useful, but not very spectacular or anything. I'm going to go with 3 stars for this one.
Alright. Okay, well, we can finally play.
Yay! You can play 1 turn.
Until new units arrive. So, in case you're wondering how I'm doing with the rank run, I've spent 195 turns total in Gen 1, which means we have 204 turns to work with in Gen 2, which should be alright.
Easy.
We actually got 550 levels out of 1,000 in the first generation, which is a lot more than I thought we would get. And we still have that 1 death from back when Lex died.
Aren't you counting Finn, though?
I am yes, it's 550 with Finn, so 450. I don't remember if we didn't cap out Finn, I think.
No, but that's okay.
Yeah, but around 450 levels to get in the secondary, which I think we should be able to pull off just fine. It's the turn count we gotta hurry about. So, I think we are good to go. Yeah, all the settings are the same. So what we could do, if we want to be really cute, is we could warp Seliph into the castle, repair his brave sword, and then move out again.
Well, look at how many enemies are between you and the castle. I guess to see how likely it is that you run out of brave sword uses. I always have to repair something at like the next castle, but I don't remember running out. But then again,
There's a lot. There's a lot, actually.
Okay, so maybe we should talk about like whether we should get Seliph promoted for Seth or not. Because here's what I'm thinking, right? The next chapter is a desert chapter.
Yeah.
For most parts, so you won't really need to mount for the first part. And then when he's like let's say he makes it to level 18 or 19 and he doesn't promote immediately, that's not a super big deal because he could just go through the desert. But the moment he comes from the Yeet Shrine, he has to go down, you know, that little road to Dara Castle.
Yeah.
That's when you really want him to be mounted. So I don't think he needs to promote at the start of the chapter, but you do want him to be promoted by the time he's like, it's kind of weird. I would probably lean towards getting him promoted anyway, but I do like the idea of repairing the brave sword just in case. But
yeah,
that's something to keep in mind when you're deciding, like, do I want to give these kills to Seliph, or do I want to give some to like the sword kids or
for sure
Yermut? Because Yermut
in the second generation, there's a lot of talk combos which give stats, which is kind of funny. You holding up so far, Larcy? Yeah, I'm getting by fine.
Problem solved.
Just be careful out there, okay? Your usual brazen antics will only get you in trouble now. I know. What, you think I'm still a child? Haven't you seen my hero's art? Hey, man. Well, that iron will of yours. Guess you're just like Mom was. If what Prince Shannon told us is true. Yeah, Ira. I can't remember a thing about her. You? No, of course not. We're twins, remember? Oh, I forgot. If you were too young to remember, then so was I.
Hey, player, we're twins, remember?
We weren't even 2 years old back then. It was Oifi who took us with him when we fled to Isaac with Seliph. We waited and waited, but Mom never followed. I guess she didn't make it out of the Battle of Valhalla alive. Ulster, you swore you'd never say awful things like that. Mom is alive. Alive! I'm sure of it. Don't you dare say otherwise ever again. Oh, sorry, Larsa, you're right, I'm sorry. She runs roughshod over her brother all the time. Yeah, I like this idea. Let's do this.
I find it funny that they have this conversation like right after coming out of the castle, and like they haven't even fought anyone yet.
Yeah.
How are you holding up so far? I don't know, man. I haven't fought any.
I just walked 20 feet away from the castle. I think I'm holding up just fine. Thank you very much.
I missed the UFOs.
Yeah, the UFOs are funny. Alright, then we can go and repair the Brave Sword. And it's like 1 kill away from getting the crit effect on it, so that's great.
I have no money.
Yeah, I have no money. That's, oh my god, he's like, why? You're too slow! Yeah. Alright, I hope I won't die here. So,
yeah, that would be funny, but I don't think he can die this turn, physically. There's only one guy in range, right?
I don't think so either.
And I think Stealth takes 3. I think Stealth takes 3 to die, if he has a shield ring.
Takes 3.
Yes.
In case you guys don't remember, basically how a ranked run works is that I can load my battle save, that's fine. I can load my save whenever I want. But if I lose a unit, the game will remember that loss. Now, of course, this early on in the game, I can just reset the chapter. But the farther I go into a chapter, the more risky things become. Because, yeah, again, if I load a battle save, the game still remembers. That's why we still have 1 out of 3 deaths, because we lost Lex in the prologue, or I lost Lex in the prologue, because I was like, he's not gonna get hit.
I laughed as he lost Lex in the prologue.
And then, yeah, it was kind of sad. I don't think there's... Wait, do Seliph and Lana have a conversation? I don't think they do.
No. Lana has a conversation with Julia later, and Seliph has a conversation with Julia much later.
Yeah.
But I don't think they have one with each other. Lester has a conversation with Lana. But...
So do you think we just, like, rush ahead with Seliph here?
Okay, so you can either go, like, up from that little thing up there, you avoid the enemies, and they're faster, or you can go through the lower part and get more kills. I'm an advocate for going lower and getting the kills personally.
Alright, do you think it's safe to... I was so early on, we can just reset if you die.
I think that part is safe, yeah. Because I don't think the X armor can even reach him.
I don't think so either.
And then there's only like a couple, yeah.
So yeah, here is like, Larsa needs a Astron to kill these guys, I'm fairly certain. And they can actually hit her. There we go.
Yeah, and they also 2-kill her actually with 30 hits, so I personally wouldn't have done that.
We have the physics staff, so it's fine.
Oh, true. You could consider leaving some of these guys alive for Lester and Dermot, because they do not have Paragon, so they're not gonna have a lot harder time capping out.
That's true.
I say.
Ah, right. Yeah, you're right.
I think we could probably cap these out off of arenas alone, but I'm not entirely sure. But I think they can do it.
I think so too. Yeah, I probably shouldn't give them so many kills then.
So many kills. We killed 1 guy with him.
Yeah,
they're gonna kill a couple more though, probably.
Oh, I completely forgot about this guy actually.
Yeah. Oh, me too. But that's because you didn't show him to me. I can only see what the game shows me.
Oh, I forgot there was another guy up here.
Yeah. I think Oifi and friends come in like turn 3 or so.
Yeah, they should come in
a little bit behind.
They should come in this turn. So I think actually. Oh boy, yeah, there we go.
That's fine. That's XP for Lana.
Yeah, it is actually. Although I don't think we ever have to worry about XP for Lana.
No, but it's like if you cap her out early, you can focus staff abusing with other people like Corporal and who else? Seth doesn't really need it, I guess, but Julia also needs extend. And like Julia, I don't think we have to worry about her per se, but she does leave for a little bit, so it's something to keep in mind.
Oh yeah, you definitely want to promote her before that happens.
Yeah, I like to keep her unpromoted actually, so she doesn't have much move.
Oh, you do?
When you like fight her.
Oh, right. All right, so this is a pretty bad self level, honestly.
Yeah, it's not great, but he'll get by. His speed growth is only like 30%, which is a little low, but he doubles everything anyway because he uses swords, so it's not a big issue.
Yeah. No. Enemies in FE4 do not have a speed stat.
Yeah, what you can do in this party, you can put him on a mountain, but there might be a chance that they won't attack him.
Yes, absolutely. We are playing clever mode after all.